Everyone, it's Explainer of Mysteries here, and today we're talking about some wordplay with the word lot and lots. So lot is not what a lot of people think. A lot is something that you speculate on, right? Because in the Bible we have the term casting lots, and you have a lottery. You may speculate on a lot of land. A lot is something that you speculate on. So if you say that you have a lot of money, what you're saying is that you don't actually have real money. You have fiat currency. You have fake money. You have fictitious corporate, just money printed out of thin air. That's what it actually means when you say you have a lot of money. That's the true definition. In fact, the term mean and definition are not the same. Mean is the common, right? When you take all of them and you put the average. So here I have a lot of marbles. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can go back. Let's see if I can. Okay. So here we got that. We have lot, right? And then we have lots. And then if we do the term mean, and then we do the term definition. I know my writing's not that good. So these are not the same meanings. Now we're going to go forth. That's the astrological wheel. As you know, many of you know, the wheel has lots. You got your lot of fortune, your lot of marriage, your lot of friendship, your lots, etc. These are where you have, fated events. So a lot is something that is speculated upon because it hasn't happened yet. That's why you got to be careful. You could say that you have a large quantity of money. You can say that you have, you can have $1 million. You can have $1 billion. But if you say that you have a lot of money, you're saying it's money that you don't actually have yet, right? Because it's fiat currency. It's fake currency. But a lot of people don't realize this. Words are weapons. Words have power. Words vibrate. In fact, a lot of you might not know this, but your ears actually help you to stand. They actually help you to move. So, there's just a little bit of food for thought. And now we're looking at the gematria. We have the word lot. You know what? I got the word moon. Yeah, moon. We got lot right here. All right, so for those of you that don't know, right, the moon that's the name for the sin is a name for the moon, right? And Allah. Let me see if I can find a blank page here. Okay. So the word, dang, I can't find a blank page. You know what? I'm just gonna write all over this. So the word, I'm not writing all over this. I'm writing on the background here. The word Allah, for those of you that know Arabic, right? Al is the, and lot, lamed and ta, lot, and there's al-lot. That's one of the idols of the Kaaba, inside the Kaaba, right? And in the Kaaba is built on a lot of land. It's a lot. It's a square lot. So there's that. Now we're going back to the gematria. We got lot and we got moon. We have the hidden code 606, 170, 178. Right, 8, that's the number of Mercury, that's on the pillar severity. This is for Hebrew gematria here. Now, if we look at the English gematria, simple English, we get 282. That's 12, 1, 2, 3. Right, simple as 4, 7, 11, 12. 11, 2. Now, if we look here, you'll see there are two important words here that are popping out. One is time. Time is 144 also. Right, that goes to 9, 282. That goes to 10, right? 12, 2, 3. And then 47, that goes to 11, 2, to 2. So what is that? 9 plus 3 plus 2 goes to 12 plus 2, which equals 14, which equals 5. Now see, Lot was turned into a pillar of salt. So actually, you know what? On the pillars, on the tree of life, there's 2, and there's 3. That's Hesed. And then there's Binah. That's a Nun. Okay. There's a Binah, there's Hesed, and then 9. That's Yesod. Right? Because you have the 2 that goes from intelligence, from Ketra, and then 3, that's Binah, that's Saturn. 2, 9, and then you go to 5. Right? V, that's Mars. Movement. Right? There's that. Now, if we go more, we got Algol. Right? Algol, that's a faded point. Now, in the Hebrew gematria, and I know this is not Hebrew letters, I know this is different. 9, 8, 1, 7, 1, 7, 8, that's Hod. Right? Once again, that's Mercury. Severity. Alright, we got that. We have Kish, we have Mood, we have Shu, we have Sect, Obey. There's another one, Obey. Let's see, Obey, 4, 5, 7. What does that come out to? 9, 7, 16, 7. Okay, then we go here. Now, this English and Simple Gematria, what's this from? Yeah, this is Lots with an S. You see how it all changes? Masonry, in the pillar of salt, I forgot to mention that. Salt, that's Scorpio, Aries, Libra, Taurus, that's Mars plus Venus. You see that? Actually, you know what? Better yet, let's do Venus as pink. We'll do Venus as pink. You see how that all comes down to? See? And so it makes sense that this comes to the moon, right? That's Sin. And then the sun, right? The sun shines on the moon. That's Shems. Okay. Here goes the sun. But wait, there's more. We got initializing. Look, we just caught that. 753. It goes from lots to 12, 3 is 15, 6. Yup. That's the number of the sun. Initializing. Right, that's actually the sun in Aries. Alright, so, and then here we see the Hebrew word for lots is gawarel. Joshua 14:2. Actually, you know what? No. See, look, twos make decisions by random selection, which people believe reveals God's will. See, that the lot is speculation. Lot equals speculative. Okay. Now we go to lots in the Bible. What does it say? Dividing land. Scapegoat. Why is a scapegoat? Because a scapegoat, the scapegoat is speculated on. Because the scapegoat doesn't get the trial. The scapegoat has to be taken right away, but the scapegoat has to be kept. Because without the scapegoat, everything falls apart. And that ultimately comes down because Capricorn, actually, no, bruh. So, no, that's not it. The Capricorn is opposite Cancer. Cancer protects. Capricorn accuses, but as the accuses, it is also accused. It is both the accuser and the accused. And Cancer is both the protector and the protected. That'll be it for this one, guys. I'll see you soon.